Is Hamas a terrorist group? Well, the obvious answer is yes, of course they are. But check out this clip over here from Sky News where they're talking to Douglas Murray. And Douglas Murray has shown a clip of the chair of the BBC being asked this exact question: is Hamas a terrorist group? And you're not going to believe the answer that he gives. So we'll watch the clip together, then talk about it. But first, hit that subscribe button over there in the corner. We'd love to stay in touch. Check this out.
Now, Douglas, I can't wait to get your take on this bizarre interaction involving the BBC chairman, Samir Shah, who is asked whether Hamas are terrorists. Now, much frivolity and squirming and giggling follows.
One last question, just for you as an individual, Samir. Do you consider Hamas to be a terrorist group?
I'll have to answer that in terms of the way we currently view it.
What do you think they are? Do you think they're a convocation of happy little squirrels?
I don't think that. But you've got. I'm here as a chairman of the BBC.
I know you are, but you're also here as Samir Shah. You exist as an individual entity.
I can tell you what I think when I'm Samir Shah. Right now, talking to the world, I am the chairman of the BBC, and we have taken the view as a board that we continue to use the word terrorist only with attribution. That's the position we take.
I think.
Although,
I think you think they're terrorists, Samir.
Douglas, if he thinks they're terrorists, then why doesn't he say so? I would hardly think it's a controversial opinion.
Isn't it bizarre, Rita? I mean, it's not hard to call Hamas terrorists, not just because they are, but because they're designated as such in the UK and most other Western countries. I mean, what's so difficult about that? I think really what we see there, I couldn't quite believe the sort of jolly squirming of Samir Shah on that. I mean, you know, he's talking about people who have been busily murdering other Palestinians in recent days, and who, of course, for years have tried to commit genocide against the Jewish people and say they want to wipe the Jewish people off the face of the earth and everyone else next. Now, I mean, I can't see why any of that is such a sort of squirmingly funny matter to Samir Shah. I'd like to see him laugh his way through an interview about any other genocidal group that wanted to wipe out any organization or group of people from the face of the earth. It's very, very strange behavior. All I can think of is that Samir Shah, the chairman of the BBC, is trying to squirm out of that because he's aware of the number of his colleagues or employees underneath him at the BBC who think that Hamas is some kind of liberationist movement who shouldn't be smeared with the terrorist label. And that if he, Samir Shah, is too strict about saying that Hamas are terrorists, then he'll have hell to pay from the newsroom floor and from junior reporters and junior editors and so on. It's really quite despicable. It's not a difficult one, that, at all. But yes, I mean, it tells us about what he's swimming in at the BBC, that is a difficult question to answer. You know, I'd love to see him do it on any other group, as I say. I mean, I don't know if he finds Al-Qaeda as chortlingly funny as he does Hamas or ISIS or anyone else. But it tells you an awful lot about the way in which the BBC just contorts itself on these really quite straightforward questions. But yeah, I completely recognize the thing he's swimming in. It's a newsroom and an organization that finds it incredibly hard to actually call Hamas what they call themselves.
What in the world? Why would any news organization actually have to hesitate or laugh off the idea that Hamas is a terrorist group? Obviously, they're a terrorist group. Obviously, because a terrorist group is a group of people that go after the destruction and killing of innocent people. If you purposely are going and targeting groups of innocent people, that is a terrorist. That is a terrorist group. And that's what Hamas does. And that's what they've done for years. And even if they hadn't done for years, that was their explicit goal on October 7th. They were a terrorist group. Why is it difficult to say? I have no words for this chairman of the BBC. If you like this content overall, hit that subscribe button over there in the corner. We'd love to stay in touch. Take care.